Hi, everybody. I'm talking to Amber Kusching, who is a theater artist based in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And she has an online performance coming up in September as part of the Philadelphia Fringe Festival called OzOrg. Welcome, Amber. Could you tell us a little bit about the show? What is OzOrg?
Yeah, sure. So OzOrg is a virtual, immersive, interactive theater project based on The Wizard of Oz, both the 1900 novel and the 1939 film from MGM. We took a technological dystopian version of it. So we're going to take all of the characters and tropes that we know and love from The Wizard of Oz and putting a little bit of a futuristic spin on that.
And you have, I think, a little bit of a scene for us. Do you have anything you want to tell us about what's going on in this scene?
Sure. This scene is when Dorothy first gets thrown into Oz.org. Dorothy has just been mailed a laptop with a very cryptic coded message from a mysterious LFB. She opens the laptop, she's able to get in, but when the cyclone hits, she's thrown into Oz.org and she's not really sure where she is. And Glinda meets her there. She's a software system, and this is Dorothy's first entrance into Oz.org.
Warning, warning, intruder detected, intruder detected, intruder detected, password.
Odo?
Correct.
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
Now entering Oz.org.
Now, I know we're not in Kansas anymore.
Are you a good glitch or a bad glitch?
Who, me? I'm not a glitch at all. I'm Dorothy from Kansas.
Kansas. I've never heard of an app called Kansas.
It's not an app at all. It's a state. My Uncle Henry has a farm there where he harnesses wind power and converts it to electricity.
Goodness me.
Kansas is my home.
Like your homepage?
Yeah.
I see.
Pardon me, but who are you?
I am the Groupware Limited Intelligence Networking Data Application, or Glinda for short. And you are in Oz.org, my dear. I know you said you are not a glitch, but I am a little muddled. You just appeared out of thin air and you happen to have disabled the wicked glitch of the East.
Oh my. Is that her?
Well, all that's left of her. She was a terrible malware system that had invaded Oz.org, wreaking havoc for many years now. She'd imprisoned all of Munchkinland behind the yellow brick wall. No one could uninstall her. If you could so easily get rid of her, Oz.org could really use your help.
I'm sorry, I can't. I have to find Aunt Em and Uncle Henry. There was this terrible storm, and the whole house got uprooted. I have to find them. I have to get back home.
But maybe you're here for a reason. Maybe you are here to help us.
Are you LFB?
Who?
I got this laptop in the mail, Toto, and a strange letter, and it was signed from LFB.
I'm sorry, dear. That wasn't me. I only exist here in Oz's mainframe.
Well, if Oz is in so much danger, why don't you save it?
I would, if I could. I may be a capable software system, but remember, I am only of limited intelligence. But you know whose intelligence isn't limited? The Wizard of Oz. And I'm sure he would be able to get you back to your homepage.
We have wizards here?
Of course. He's very good, but very mysterious. No one has ever seen him. I hear he resides in an app located in the heart of Oz.org called the Emerald City.
Well, I got here using Toto, but my laptop keeps freezing. I think it took some damage from the storm. My webcam seems to be working, but I can't navigate through any of the site. Could you take me to the Emerald City?
No. The Emerald City has an impenetrable firewall, and it's password protected. Even I have no powers there.
Well, then how am I supposed to get there?
It's a long and dangerous journey.
Oh, well, that's encouraging.
But, I am a groupware data application, so let me see if I can recruit some others to help you. The Munchkins are hiding, but they've been watching all along, and they've agreed to help you. I've enabled a chat so you can communicate with them.
Munchkins.
Yes, the people who live on the Munchkinland page. And since you disabled the glitch, you've become their national heroine, my dear. And guess what? Blue also happens to be their favorite color.
Warning, warning, intruder detected, intruder detected.
Where's my sister?
I thought you said she was dead.
That was her sister, the Wicked Glitch of the East. This is the Wicked Glitch of the West. She's a ransomware and less predictable than the other one.
Sister, I thought you said they were malware.
They had the same motherboard.
Where's my sister?
Yonder she lies.
You deleted her.
It was an accident?
Well, your file must have been so large of a download, it uninstalled the Wicked Glitch of the East.
You wiped her program.
Look closer.
The Ruby RAM card. Little girl, you've done me a great service. I shall take that Ruby RAM card to make my power greater than ever! It's gone! What have you done?
It belongs to Dorothy now.
Ah!
Hold on to it closely. It must be very powerful, otherwise she wouldn't want it so badly.
Give me that.
Little battle, you have no power here. Be gone before someone uninstalls you, too.
It's true. I can't attend to you here and now as I'd like. That Ruby RAM card will be difficult to take while you're still signed in. But just you wait.
Well, Dorothy has some friends now who are helping her and going to protect her along the way.
Friends, you say?
Yes, and don't underestimate their power.
Well, friends or no friends, you won't make it very far. I'll get you my pretty, and your little dog too.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby.
What was the inspiration for this project?
Sure. I have been in love with The Wizard of Oz since a very early age. From the time I was little, I have loved the story. I watched the movie on repeat, driving my family insane and prancing around the house singing with my little ruby slippers. When I went into middle school, my Oz fascination grew. I got to read Gregory Maguire's Wicked series of books. I got to see Wicked in Philadelphia, and I had a project for school in 7th grade, a biography. We had to read a biography and create a sort of fiction based on a biography. And of course, I read about Judy Garland, and I was just fascinated by her story and really saddened by her tragic death and how young she was taken. So I took her biography and I actually wrote my first play ever when I was in 7th grade about Judy Garland and the story of her death. When I went into high school, when I was 16, around the same age Judy Garland was when she played Dorothy, I had the opportunity to play Dorothy in my high school musical, The Wizard of Oz, when I was a junior. And that show changed really my career, made me really realize I could do theater for a living and go into that in college. After college, I got to see Wicked on Broadway. My fascination grew with The Wizard of Oz. It's just been a love ever since then. And I've always known I wanted to do a Wizard of Oz project, my own little spin on it. Now felt like an amazing time for it because I wanted to do it in a virtual way. And because of everything with coronavirus, it just kind of happened out of the clear blue that I was able to have this platform with Philly Fringe to do the show virtually and to build it. So it's so exciting to work on a new platform and to see theater transform and to incorporate this deep love that I have for The Wizard of Oz and bring it into something so new and unique.
What are some changes that you made from the original story or the stories people would be familiar with it?
Yeah, we've done a lot with the traditional themes and characters from the original Wizard of Oz. My favorite is the Wicked Witch of the West and her sister, the Wicked Witch of the East, are malware systems. So they are actually attacking OzOrg. We've changed the wizard to be a computer professor that actually is the one that built OzOrg, and he got sucked into it. Things that we know and love, like the yellow brick road, we have transformed into the yellow brick wall, which the Munchkins are imprisoned behind since the Wicked Witch of the East imprisoned them there. Toto, instead of being a dog, is actually the laptop that is being used to get Dorothy in and then out of Oz.org. We transformed all the characters to be similar, yet a little bit different. We have the Lollipop Guild and the Lullaby League in there. We have the Crows in there. We have the Tin Man, who is a robot in our production. We have a world that there is no more police force. It is now robots that their first instinct is to kill. And the Tin Man, he wants to have a heart. He doesn't want to kill, so he is stopped by Dorothy. Dorothy takes him along in her adventures, and he wants to be reprogrammed by the wizard to have a heart. And the Lion, who has no courage, is a man of privilege, who has the opportunity to stand up for the injustice for the Munchkins. And he's unable to at first, but with Dorothy's help and some courage along the way, he's able to set them free. So I'm really excited and proud about how we transformed the characters and the images and the themes from Oz into something new yet totally familiar. And I wanted to be very true to the original, both the movie and the books, because they're so near and dear to my heart, and I want to be true to my Oz fans out there as well.
So where are you in the process of creating the show? What is your role in it? And how are things coming together? Yeah,
things are coming together really great. I am the writer of the show. It's my concept. I'm producing the show, and I'm one of the directors on the show. I'm the main director. I have several other directors that are helping me with the project, but it's a little also of a collaboration. We have several theater artists from all over the place helping us out. Not everybody's just from the Philadelphia area. We have about 15 people working on the project right now. We have a stage manager, even though we don't really have a stage, we're doing it online. We have directors, dramaturgs, technical directors, since we're doing it on a technical platform, a multitude of performers. And right now we are in the middle of rehearsals. We're building the show as it goes along, even though there is a script. It's very collaborative. We're working with our dramaturgs and our actors all the time to update scenes and to figure out what's going on with this story. So things will change a little bit as we get closer. And because there's an interactive element with the audience is going to be, in a way, helping to build the show as well. So which is kind of cool too.
If you can, could you say a little bit more about what people can expect if they log on to see and participate in this performance, what they can expect to happen and what they might be doing?
Yeah, sure. So the audience can interact with the show. We encourage the audience to interact with the show and the performers. but it's not totally necessary. So if you're not, into that, that's okay. You can sit back and just let it happen. But we are actually going to utilize different features on Zoom that are unique to Zoom to work with the show, like the breakout rooms. The audience will be broken up into different rooms to follow both Glinda and the Wicked Witch, who is a malware system in our story. The audience will be making choices. There will be polls from the actors to get the audience input on important decisions in the show. And my favorite part is we're going to make one audience member from each performance go to the wizard, and they will have the opportunity to ask the wizard for something separately in a breakout room, which is really cool. I mean, growing up with the Wizard of Oz, who wouldn't want to speak with the wizard and ask for something?
I really love that story about how you encountered Oz in many of its different forms. And it sounds like your experience being in your High School Musical was kind of a pivotal point for sort of an interest in Oz, or kind of an experience or encounter with Oz leading to your career. Is that fair to say?
Yes, very fair to say. And the weirdest part about all that was my high school drama teacher. Her name's Carolyn Messias. Shout out to her. She was a huge mentor for me. She cast me as Dorothy, and from there our friendship grew, and now we work together on a lot of projects, and she is actually helping me with this show. She's directing with me in this production. So it's kind of crazy how the tables have turned. And that relationship has grown. So she's been with me all the way.
Can you tell us a little bit about kind of your background?
Yeah, sure. I started as a dancer at 2.5 years old, dancing. When my dance studio went under when I was in high school, I went into theater, and doing The Wizard of Oz in high school really changed my career path. I realized after doing that show and having the opportunity to play Dorothy, it just really opened my eyes that, wow, there's such a big world of theater out there, and I wanted to do theater. I wasn't sure at that point in which capacity. Throughout high school, I started writing plays. When I got into college, I was able to major in theater at Montclair State University in North New Jersey. I got my BA in theater studies, concentrating in directing and playwriting. I have written over 20 plays and directed more plays than years I've been alive. I've directed over 27 productions. I have also been very busy during this quarantine, including OzOrg. I have written 7 plays so far. So I'm definitely on a roll right now, trying to get my work out there. But I've been doing theater locally in South Jersey, Philadelphia, for a long time. I have done over 10 productions in New York City. So there's a lot of my work floating out and about. So I'm very thankful for the opportunity to bring something new and to do something for the first time ever totally virtual, which is really exciting.
I'm wondering if your encounter with Maguire's Wicked and the musical is related to your kind of dystopian approach to this. What are your thoughts on what happens when we kind of re-envision Oz as a dystopia or have a different kind of take on it?
Yeah, it's kind of scary because everybody knows Oz and loves Oz as like a children's story. To me, I've always been like drawn to the darker side of things, and I want to see the more well-roundedness of this world that L. Frank Baum created. So when I first read Wicked, I was just blown away because this is Oz like we've never seen it. And it's similar to what I'm trying to do with Oz.org. I want to create a world that you've never seen before. And I say dystopian, but unfortunately, a lot of what we're doing in Oz.org is possibly futuristic in the world we're living in right now. You'll see in Oz.org a lot of things that are very political to nowadays, things that are happening maybe 50 years from now, 100 years from now. And I wanted to create a world that, yes, is dystopian. The show is still family friendly, not too crazy, but making people think about how does the world of Oz translate to America nowadays, the world nowadays, even our small town nowadays. Like how is this structure being translated? How are these people being translated? For example, you'll see in our show, we transformed the Scarecrow into a character named Mayor Crow. He is actually the mayor of Munchkinland, who has unfortunately been taken by the higher ups in Oz, the Wicked Witch of the East, and his brain has been removed. He's in a press conference when we first meet him in Oz.org, and there are crows in the background telling him what to say. Picture a press conference, and these crows are just whispering in his ear wearing these plague masks, and it's a very cryptic image, but it's pretty relatable to what we see nowadays, where there's certain politicians that are just being fed information they may not personally believe. And Dorothy in our story helps set the mayor free, and she brings him with her to meet the wizard so he can get his brain back and he can find the things that he believes in again.
And was the idea to make this an online performance because of COVID-19, or had you already conceived of this as a kind of digital interactive event from the beginning?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a mixture of both in regards to the format for Oz. I wanted it to be definitely a futuristic thing, definitely something that you've never seen before, something dystopian, something futuristic, something technological. But I did not see it as being on a virtual platform. I saw it as being done in a theater, but with technology and things like that. The opportunity presented itself to do it virtually, and wow, what an amazing way to do it, because the audience is in the same exact situation Dorothy is. Dorothy opens a laptop, she's thrown into Oz, she has no idea what's happening, she's thrown into this website and virtual world, and it's exactly what the audience is going to do. As soon as they click that link to the Zoom meeting and they come into the show, they're going to be thrown into this world as well. And it's just an incredible mechanism for storytelling, and I'm so excited as a theater artist to have the chance to do something innovative and to try something on a new platform. I've been trying to do Philly Fringe for years, and being able to do it now virtually is just so exciting for me. And coronavirus has been horrible and terrible in so many different ways. And I'm just very thankful that as a theater artist, I have the opportunity to bring some joy, some enlightenment, some happiness, some relief in a virtual way to audiences now all over the world. Anybody can log in. It's incredible. It's more than just my own backyard, as Dorothy would say.
Yeah, I think that's important for us to emphasize, is that because this is an online event, it's not limited to people in the Philadelphia area. Anybody can see and participate in this performance. Since we've already seen Oz go through so many different kinds of media iterations, from books to films to theater, what does this add to the possibilities of how Oz is adapted or shared?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is definitely Oz like you've never seen it before. We are doing a lot of new things with the platform. We are trying to utilize every function that we can with Zoom, as far as breakout rooms, like I mentioned. We're utilizing the virtual backdrop feature, as you see here. We're utilizing like a polling feature, the chat feature. We're encouraging audience members to show their faces. The things that we can do on a virtual platform are very different from what we can do in live theater itself. In live theater, you're often encouraged to sit back in the dark in the house, not necessarily participate. You know, there may be opportunities at the end to do a talk back with the audience, but for us, for this show, it's very important that we are interacting with the audience. There's a script, but we're building the show kind of with the audience, and with the audience definitely in mind. The thing that's really cool for me about it is we've been lacking this sort of theater atmosphere, right? We cannot go to theaters right now. We cannot have that experience of getting out of the house and meeting up with other people and sharing a communal experience of entertainment. What's really exciting is now we can. Now we're sitting here, and even though we don't have that live theater element, we do in a way, because if you're sitting here before the show, we're doing all of this live. We don't know what the audience is going to do. We still have that anticipation, that excitement, that almost stage fright, if you will, before the show begins. And the audience gets a similar feeling too, because you feel like you are involved in the show. You feel like you're invested in this world and this experience. it's something very different. And I encourage you, if you've never seen anything virtually, to come to our show, come see any show that's virtual. It's a very different, unique experience you can see from your phone or from your laptop, but this is the future of theater. And it's difficult right now for commercial theater, but for theater artists like me that's independent and self-producing work, it's an invaluable opportunity. And I'm so thankful to Philly Fringe for allowing me to produce this as a part of this festival. It's a great platform. And that's the other thing too. We are able to show this all over the world. That's crazy. That's crazy for me to think that this play is going to be seen possibly by people in other countries. It's something that you couldn't do. Even Broadway couldn't do that. And here we are, changing theater one Zoom at a time. Our show, we are charging because we are paying our actors. It's important to me to be able to pay my performers and the people working on the show because of everything happening with coronavirus. The community of performance and theater, it's not very good right now being a freelance artist. So we definitely want to pay our people. So our ticket price is $10. The show runs an hour and a half. So it's definitely a good bang for your buck. The show, if you've ever seen virtual theater, can kind of be like somebody sitting in their garage and you see all this stuff and it's very distracting from the show. Our show, I'm very proud, is super professional, very well put together, utilizing all the features that Zoom has. Definitely worth the bang for your buck. I'm very proud of how this is coming along, and I'm proud that I can help these artists during this time as well.
Is there anything else you would like us to know about Oz.org or your work before we go?
Yeah, OzOrg is really an amazing project. I'm so proud of this brainchild of mine. It's been forming for several years now, and I'm very, very excited to transform it into something I never even thought was going to be possible. I'm doing it virtually. I encourage you, if you're free, to come and see the show virtually on Zoom. You do not need a Zoom account. All of our tickets are being sold through Fringe Arts website. So you can Google Philly Fringe or Fringe Arts in Philadelphia. All the ticketing information is there. Our show runs September 11th to the 21st. It is a 2-week run. We're doing 12 shows and tickets are limited. Because our interaction element to the show, we are limiting 25 tickets per performance. So if you want to come and see the show, I encourage you to get your tickets as soon as possible. I encourage you to get ready to turn on your video cameras, get ready to type in the chat, and be ready for something that you've never experienced before. It's going to be definitely an adventure, and you will find out that there is definitely no place like the homepage.
So yeah, get in early so that you don't miss it. Thank you, Amber, for talking with me today, and break a leg on the show.
Thank you.